Good morning to you. Normie here. Alrighty. Atoms. Now, an atom has a nucleus in the middle and shells or orbits around it, 3 or 4 or 5. And in those orbits or those shells around the nucleus are electrons spinning around. Now, in the nucleus, there are protons. This is the bit in the middle, and they're positively charged. And there's these other bits in there as well. But I think one of our biggest secrets will be to crack those other things in there, because I think they're the battery that supplies the power to the nucleus and makes them positive protons. And gives the electrons the power to spin around. But it's called valence. You look on the elements table and it's your valence of an atom and how many electrons are spinning around in the shells. Now, what would happen if we reverse the direction of the electrons spinning? I wonder what the fuck would happen, man. But yeah, every atom is negatively charged. So the key to atomic medicine is to turn your negatively charged atoms in your body into positively charged atoms in your body and become atomic man. No, it's a way to cure. It's a medicine, form of medicine. It's down to a deep atomic level. But you get an apple tree and it's all inert, right? And you, in the valence, take a few electrons or give a few electrons to the apple tree atoms and turn the atoms in the apple tree to positive. The atom tree will grow really, really fast and just suck fucking nutrients out of the ground at a high rate. So, yeah, it's all in the valence, give or take an electron. But if you come down to the apple itself, now the apple's made of atoms, and yeah, we'd have to find out what elements are in the apple, and what the valence is, how many electrons are spinning around, and then try and turn the apple's atoms from negative into positive. Now, I don't know what a positively charged apple would be like to eat, and I don't know if it'd go into your body and give you be a super food, but it would be interesting. So, yeah, but what spins me out with atoms is where they get their power from to keep the electrons spinning. Yeah, so I will find out and work out how that happens, where they get their power from, but it's the power of the Holy Ghost, you know, God's work in amongst all the atoms, and yeah, the 7 archangels, fire, wind, water, earth, magnetism, gravity and electricity. They're all in amongst that energy with all those electrons spinning around. They're the 7 archangels, and they're the ones you give thanks to for your breath, your house, your friends, your mum and dad, your dog, and your food, and somewhere to stand on, and gravity and magnetism that gives you your planet, really. But yeah, so I will work out how an electron gets its energy, but remember, every atom's negatively charged. So the key is to take an apple that's negatively charged and make it positively charged atoms in the apple, or the apple tree, or a disease in your body. Say you got a liver that's diseased, so you find out some way of magnetically, maybe a magnetic sine wave or something. It'll take an electrons out of the out of the atoms of your liver and turn the atoms onto positive, it might heal the liver. So that's working on an atomic structure level. So yeah, there's that way. But if you could drink something and it turns on all your atoms into positive, you'll probably become Atom Man and start flying around and yeah, shit like that. But atoms do have a pole too, a north and a south. I've noticed. I think I think those electrons spinning through a magnetic field around Earth give them their power too, and gravity, something to do with gravity, spinning around against gravity. But yeah, we're just one big fucking electron. We're all made of atoms. Everything's made of atoms. It's just the molecular structures, the depth and density of an element. Yeah, they're all giving off frequencies. Every atom's vibrating with its electrons spinning around it. And yeah, every molecular structure, what a shape, density, bloody element, what element it's made of, gives off a different frequency. And yeah, so you're giving off frequencies as well. So yeah, you've got 7 chakras in your body, 7 energy points, and cones out the front and back, and they're giving off frequencies as well, and you're receiving frequencies, giving off frequencies. Your thoughts are a frequency as well. So you live in a frequency world, a world of frequencies and atoms down to an atomic level, and we're 60% made of water. So that's a hydrogen atom and two oxygen. What is it? H2O? Yeah, 2 oxygen. 1 hydrogen atom, 2 oxygen atoms. So you just go on to the elements table and see what their valence is, how many electrons they got spinning around us. And the rest of us would be like 60% water and then about 40% carbon and other elements that make up the body. So they've all got these different valences with the electrons in the shells around the nucleus. And remember, in a nucleus there's positively charged protons and these other little building blocks which I believe have to do with charging up the electron. Yeah, basically, all electricity is copper wire made up of atoms, and when you pulse one end with electricity, the electrons give off and move along. The negative electrons move. Yeah, and that's how it moves through a wire, voltage and ampage, and yeah, it's just the electrons coming off the valence, spinning around the nucleus and moving along to the next bit of copper atom, and yeah, that's how electricity moves through metals and things that allow electrons to move. Yeah, conductivity. yeah. So just remember that. That's all electricity is. It's just electrons moving along a conductive wire or whatever you set up to push the electricity through. They're just electrons, negatively charged electrons moving along a copper wire. And that's how electricity moves. But yeah. I've given so much, man. I have taught the masses, man. I have made 100 videos, and they're all on this Sean Norman YouTube channel. And I've laid me mind out on video, and yeah, all this shit'll be found when I'm dead or fucking something like that, but they'll find it. Hopefully it's all found. Like, I taught them how to build a fucking time machine, for God's sake. You know, this is the shit, the depth of the shit that I teach. And it all comes from fucking thinking and observing and learning from books that other people have made. And then you get it all together and you create your own shit, man. Like superfoods, fucking you name it, I've created it. You just got to check my 60 to 70 other videos. And, yeah, you'll see what I've given. And I haven't asked for money for it. I've done it all off my own back. But there is a lot of money to be made in it. Yeah, but you're just living in a world of a big fucking spinning electrons, man. There's billions of electrons spinning in your body right now. And all around you, everything that's made of atoms, which is everything, are spinning electrons as well. You're in an electron vibrational world. Now, can you shoot electrons out of your hand? Electricity. Now, there's another one for you. Yeah, well... it's quite funny. Wow, that one hit me. I get up about 3, 4 in the morning and I have a bong and fucking cough me fucking hole up. And the lady next door must think I've got emphysema. I swear to God, man, if she hears me coughing like that in the morning, bloody hell. But all in the name of the herb. Because it is the tree of knowledge, which brings you to the tree of life. The tree of knowledge will guide you around the tree of life. And yeah, but remember those atomic apples. All you got to do is turn the atom to a positive atom, and you'll be eating an apple full of positive atoms. Now, I wonder what that would do to your body. And remember, you can turn the whole atom tree into positive atoms and watch it grow like a motherfucker. You have to feed it some fucking pretty heavy nutrients, man, because it's going to go woo and grow. But how to take an electron out of an apple tree's atoms, you're going to need some sort of magnetic wipe that you can, or a wand that you wipe over things, and it gives off a magnetic wave signature that makes electrons move out of their shells and dissipate or go into the atmosphere or wherever you'd like, or maybe you can collect the electrons onto the magnetic wave stick and you turn everything that you wave this stick over. Well, excuse me, must have been a Tasmanian duck. Yeah, everything that you wave this wand over, where it changes the valence in the atoms, turns on the atoms to positive. So you got to work out a way of taking the electrons out of the shells and changing and dragging the positive protons out of the nucleus. And but I dare say those other little things in there with those positive protons, they didn't name them. So yeah, there's something in those. If you could get them out and spinning or fucking drag them out of a nucleus, and yeah, keep them in orbit or fucking something like that, or electrify them or magnetize them or gravitize them, something fucking like that, something genius, or it could be a chemical reaction. So yeah, and you've got electricity as well, but I dare say a magnetic wave signature with a code in it that tells the electrons to move about into where you want them to go, in what valence. Yeah, and turn the atom on into positive. I'm 49 now, and I finally understand atoms. I've been living in an atomic world for 49 years and never understood it. But now I've explained it to you, so now you understand that you live in an atomic world as well. Everything's made of atoms, including you. And I just taught you atomic medicine, to how to heal your self, how to becoming an atomic man, how to eat an atomic apple, how to make an atomic tree that makes apples. So, yeah. So we're down to an atomic level. Remember, everything's got a frequency. Every molecular structure made up of atoms, density, thickness, what element it's made out of, all gives off oscillations, vibrations. If you could take a photo of it, a real photo of all the atoms buzzing would look blurry. It's like a blurry photo. Did you know for every one atom, there is an anti-atom as well? Now, I believe this antimatter lives in the fourth dimension. So everything's got an antimatter to it. So me, so there's another me living in the fourth dimension. Everything that's around me is in the fourth dimension in dark matter. And yeah, it's like a negative photo of you. You know, the negative you used to get with photos? Yeah, it's like looking at one of those. And yeah, so we're two-dimensional. We live in two dimensions. The third, this one we're in, and our antimatter atoms live in the fourth dimension. So yeah. So remember that. So for every atom, there's an antimatter atom, and that's dark matter. And yeah, we're of the light, so we're in this matter, in the third dimension, in this form of matter, like, because the atoms are on the light side of the spectrum, basically. But yeah, antimatter's a spin out. That's where a lot of the demons come in the form of antimatter. So yeah. They somehow get into this dimension, probably through portals that are created or doors, and come through. But yeah, it's hard for an anti-atom and a matter atom to exist without crushing each other or turning the light out, basically. Righto. Well, I'll give you a spiel on atoms, so that should make you a bit smarter. But I am a starship captain, so I've got to know all this shit. But yeah, it's coming up to Sagittarius fucking time, and Sagittarius is tattooed on my arm, and I'm Pisces. And every Sagittarius, I end up in psychosis for about a month. It's just where the planets are, and at that time that seems to open my mind to be able to think really deeply and talk to God, basically, or to heaven, because God's growing up at the moment. He's a young man still. But I can, it's the ability of prophecies, and they tell me stuff and teach me stuff and tell me how to make stuff, and yeah, usually we just get locked up. Well, that's what they used to do to me, lock me up and write it all in a book and stick it away. But now I make videos. I videotape my last psychosis last year in Sagittarius. They're on this channel's videos, probably the first couple of early ones, but I thought, yeah, I'm not going to let this knowledge get wasted to a psychiatrist. I'm going to put it on video and show the masses. So that's what I did, man. So that's what I'm saying. All this shit will get found, but probably when I die, someone will go, oh, look, here's Normie's stuff. Fuck, I'll have a look through it and just go, fucking, man, you can change the world, Normie. All right, guys. Normie out.